Over 2,000 years ago, in the small town of Bethlehem, a child was born under the light of a bright star. His name was Jesus, and though his beginnings were humble, his life would change the world forever. When Jesus turned 30, his journey took a new direction, one that would lead him to preach in busy markets and teach by the shore of the Sea of Galilee. Before his ministry began, Jesus spent 40 days in the wilderness, fasting and praying. In that time, the devil tempted him with power, wealth, and even glory. But Jesus resisted each temptation, standing firm in his purpose and devotion to God. Jesus didn't just speak words of wisdom, he performed miracles. He healed the sick and made the blind see. Crowds followed him, marveling at his power, whispering to each other in awe. But not everyone welcomed him. Some feared his influence, while others felt threatened by his message. Even among his closest followers, one would betray him. One evening, Jesus shared a meal with his disciples known as the Last Supper. The bread and wine they shared symbolized the suffering he would soon endure, an act of love beyond comprehension. Later that night, Jesus was betrayed by one of his own, Judas, who handed him over to the authorities for 30 pieces of silver. Jesus was arrested in the dark of night, brought before the leaders of the time, and sentenced to die by crucifixion. He was forced to carry his cross through the streets of Jerusalem, surrounded by a crowd, some weeping, some shouting. Though he suffered greatly, Jesus never showed hatred or anger. Instead, he asked God to forgive those who had condemned him. On the cross, as the sky grew dark, Jesus breathed his last, whispering the words, "It is finished." His body was laid in a tomb, sealed with a heavy stone, while the world waited in silence.